What is up, Cowboy Nation? Dallas fan 1997 here, guys. And today I wanted to do a pregame video of the Dallas Cowboys' first preseason game. The football is back. I believe Philadelphia and the Bengals are playing right now. I know there's a few Eagles fans that watch the channel. I'm sure that you guys are watching that right now. But yeah, preseason is back. The Hall of Fame game was just last weekend. So yeah, it's back, man. And Cowboys, we play on Friday night. If you're in the Mountain West area like me, the game would start at 5 p.m. I'm going to be working at least for part of the game. And then if you're in Texas, it's Central Time. It'll be at 6 p.m. But Cowboys take on the Rams in Los Angeles, I believe. So if you're in the Pacific time zone, it'll be at 4 p.m. And I'm excited, man. The player, I kind of mentioned this in my live stream today, but the player that I'm looking forward to seeing the most in the preseason is Joe Milton. I've been really impressed with Joe Milton in training camp. I was saying, he needs to work on his deep ball. I watched some clips from him today that Cowboys fan club put on that channel. Shout out to that channel. I think they do a good job putting Cowboys highlights and stuff on there and plays and stuff like that. So I watched that and I saw Joe Milton, man, and Joe Milton's gotten a lot better, especially with his deep ball. I like the way he gets outside the pocket. I like that how he's actually taking time to read the defense, and honestly, his deep ball has looked a lot better. And that's a good sign, because his deep ball at the beginning of camp was not looking good. But honestly, Joe Milton's deep ball is looking a lot better. So I'm hoping that that will translate into the game Saturday night. I cannot wait to see Bazooka Joe go out there and just ball out. Hopefully he does that. I'm hoping that he does well, because believe it or not, Fan Nation, Cowboys Nation, Bazooka Joe could be the future. And why do I say that? Well, what I've noticed, Cooper Rush was here for years, right? And we knew that he was a capable backup quarterback. He never really got a fair chance because Dak was down there. But one thing that's different about the Cooper Rush situation and the Joe Milton situation is, one, Joe Milton's younger, right? And two, if you've noticed in Cowboys media, they've been featuring Joe Milton quite a bit. Now, for a backup quarterback, I don't know if I've ever seen the Dallas Cowboys give a lot of interviews and time and media exposure to a backup. So that's very telling. And what it tells me is if Dak Prescott can't stay healthy, or if he gets hurt and for whatever reason Bazooka Joe has to play, and he actually plays pretty well, that they are possibly looking at him as the future. 2027 would probably be the date, because we can't move on from Dak until that year, because next year his cap hit would be too high. The earliest we could possibly move on from him without restructuring him would be 2027, which would be not next year but the following year. But anyways, I'm excited. I do think that that's interesting, so keep an eye on that, because I don't see a lot of backup Cowboy quarterbacks get featured on their social media and all that stuff as much as Bazooka Joe does. And it's not just his flips; it's a lot more than that. So, but yeah, man, he's looked really good in training camp. He's looked really good in practice. His deep ball is actually getting better. I can't wait to see what he does against the Rams. I'm looking forward to seeing what some of our rookies like Tyler Booker and Donovan Ezeraku will be able to do in the first little bit against, some first and second stringers from the Rams. Definitely looking to see what they can do. I'm excited to see the running backs. Speaking on that, I saw that Jaden Blue got hurt today. I'm hoping it's not anything serious, because we're going to need this dude. Honestly, outside of possibly Deuce Vaughn, he and Deuce Vaughn are probably the two most explosive backs that I've seen in training camp so far. And we're going to need him this year if we want to have a run game. So definitely we need to have Jaden Blue healthy. But if he does play, can't wait to see him play. Can't wait to see Deuce Vaughn again, because I'm sure he'll get some playing time as well. Just the running back group in general. Excited to see these young receivers. Trayshawn Holden looks like he's had a really good camp. He and Joe Milton have this big connection along with Ryan Flournoy. It's going to be really interesting what happens for that that last wide receiver spot, because we know, I think that CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, those guys are a lock. Jalen Tolbert's probably a lock. And then Kevontae Turpin. So they'll probably kick 6 wide receivers. It'll be interesting to see who gets 5 and 6, because Mingo's had a good camp. From what I've seen, Trayshawn Holden's been playing pretty well. Ryan Flournoy has been playing pretty well. And even Jalen Brooks has been playing pretty well. So those guys are going to be battling it out for that last spot. So I'm going to be excited to see what they can go out there and do in the preseason, because I think that those guys, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, man. But defensively, I do want to see what we have at defensive back. I did see a little bit of footage and read a little bit of information about the Cowboys practice versus the Rams the other day. It sounded like the offense sounded like both sides of the ball really struggled, but especially the defense. The secondary, man, is beat up and hurt right now. I mean, Kyer Elam is our other starter, and he's literally supposed to be our 4th corner behind Diggs and Siobhan Revel. And then we have Keemion Hall, man. Keemion Hall is honestly, he's like a bottom of the roster / practice squad type of player, and he's going to be our starting nickel. Yikes, that's scary. I still feel like the Cowboys should go out there and sign someone like Stephon Gilmore, as a lot of fans have mentioned. I'm in agreement. Even the Dak Prescott fans that want Stephon Gilmore, I'm actually in agreement with them, because we needed somebody that's a veteran. And honestly, Stephon Gilmore, even at 35, would be better than the guys we got right now, because guys like Troy Pride, Keemion Hall, some of these backups, I just don't think that they're going to be good enough to compete with some of the teams we got to play. 'Cause you got to think, we got to play the Eagles week 1, and with how hurt our secondary is, and they have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Yikes, that could be and Jalen Hurts. Yikes, it could be an ugly game. It could be a very ugly game. So I am looking to see what these backup guys can do. Hopefully they can do well. I've obviously mentioned Donovan Ezeraku and Tyler Booker, of course. I'm also going to be looking at what the interior defensive line can do. Honestly, Fan Nation, Cowboys Nation, I'm already done with Mozzie Smith. As soon as they said, oh, Mozzie Smith lost weight, I was like, yep, he's done. Unless he gets a whole lot better, which I do not see that happening at this point. I feel like Jay Toya is I think he's going to take the starting job some point in this season. Mozzie Smith just got hurt. Toya had to come in and play one tech. And honestly, the fan base and everybody, including me, we all felt that it seems like we all felt that Jay Toya was better. Because I watched Jay Toya. Now, Jay Toya's not going to, shed blocks or do anything crazy like that, but he takes up space. He's not going to get moved very far, and he's going to open up more lanes so that the linebackers and other players can make plays. And I saw that in the practice against the Rams, and I thought that was pretty good. So don't be surprised if Jay Toya gets the starting job before the season is over. I suspect he's going to, but I am excited to see Jay Toya get some playing time, and hopefully he can stay healthy too, because the Cowboys have had a lot of injuries, because Jake Ferguson also got hurt today. They say it doesn't sound too serious, but just we've been having a lot of injuries as of late at just this entire training camp. Kalen Carson, of course, got hurt in an already thin secondary, so yikes, we're really hurting in the secondary there, and at one tech defensive tackle, which we don't have a ton of injuries there. We just don't have a lot of great players, but I am excited to see Jay Toya play. I think Jay Toya has looked good. He's actually looked better than Mozzie has when he's been out there in practice. Again, he's not doing anything like super special, but he's strong. He doesn't get moved, and he takes a lot of blockers. He just needs to work on shedding those blockers. But he takes up space. He doesn't get moved very well, and he opens up holes for other players to make plays. Again, that's not the only thing you need to do to be like an elite level defensive tackle, but it's certainly a lot more than what Mozzie Smith is doing, because Mozzie Smith, man, getting pancaked and getting blocked back 5 yards is not going to cut it. So excited to see what he can do. Excited to see some of the pass rushers that we got, see if they can get after the quarterback. if Donovan Ezraku is the real deal. Obviously, we won't know for sure until the regular season, but the preseason will give us kind of a good idea, I feel like, of what we got with him. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. Obviously, we're not going to see any like super dynamic offenses in the preseason. No coach is going to bring out their best plays. It's going to be very basic offense, very basic defense, because they want to save the more, in-depth and complex stuff for the regular season. But really excited. The player, honestly, I mentioned what I'm looking for, but honestly, the biggest player I'm watching for is number 10, Joe Milton, man. Been impressed with what I've seen so far. Really have. This is gonna sound a bit controversial, but I honestly think that Joe Milton has actually outplayed Dak Prescott at times. And I know a lot of people are probably gonna disagree with me on that, but honestly, I mean, Dak Prescott has played a little bit better in training camp. I give him credit. But Dak hasn't looked like amazing or anything. Like he's looked fine, but he's also looked really bad at times, throwing interceptions and stuff like that. And Joe Milton does have some bad throws from time to time, but again, he's developing. And the positive thing I see about Joe Milton is he's actually getting better. When I'm watching him and his deep throws and some of the routes he's throwing, how he's reading the field, he's getting better. He's still got some work to do, I feel like, but he's getting better. And that's something that you want to see from a young developing quarterback. And so, man, oh man, I'm really excited to see what Bazooka Joe can do. I think he can do some great things. He just got to keep working hard, keep doing his thing, keep doing what he's been doing. Obviously, it's working because I'm seeing him get better. Hopefully, he can translate into the real game as well. But, yeah, man. Really excited to see Bazooka Joe. That's who I'm really going to be watching very closely. So let me know in the comments what you guys are looking for in the preseason game, week 1. I've already told you guys, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.